actually, what, the second time in a row, Anthony?
Yeah, it actually is working. Hey, people, if you dial that number at the bottom of your screen, 1-800, get this shit on the road.
Oh, yes.
You can actually get this Friday show a little bit more consistently now.
Yes.
Granted, if everything doesn't fuck up. So, like I said, dial the number at the bottom of your screen, 1-800, get this shit on the road.
222-3.
3, exactly. And if you call in the next 10 minutes, I will try to shut the fuck up.
Yes. Hovig is completely just over this conversation.
You must be 18 older to call.
Or this immature to join.
I already tried choking myself with my lamp cord, so I ain't trying that again.
Yeah, that's true. I know, because you probably accidentally did it for real, huh? You're like, oh, this is for comedic value! Oh, man. No, people, this is a Ringside Hangout. Hovig is tired as fuck. But it's okay. I'm tired, too. Anthony's probably tired as well. Ruthless is in the call. What's up, Ruthless? How you doing, sir?
What's up? Doing good. How y'all doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. God, I like how you came in all chilling. You're like, yo, man, I'm doing good. You know, I'm just chilling, dog. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, yeah, like totally. But no, that's the thing. We're not going to be chilling because I am actually kind of hyped for the topics tonight. I mean, as you can see on the side over there, we're talking about a lot of cool things. This is not a reaction show. Wow, that was a person's name. Reaction show? That's not a word. Reaction show. Because, dude, I'm going to be honest, man, Anthony, I'm getting sick of the reaction shows. Like, I know Hovig probably is, too. Like, every time we watch Raw, dude, do we not end that shit off giving zeros and being all mad all the time?
No.
No, it was literally a comment on our last SmackDown reaction that you guys did. It was just like, why do you guys, all you do is cry? And then I just comment says, because all SmackDown does is suck.
Yeah, I saw that. I meant to reply to that, and I'm glad you did because I was going to cuss him out. So that's great. No, people, we're not going to bitch tonight. Well, maybe, I don't know, because one of these topics I know likes. So
we're wrestling fans. We bitch just like everybody else does.
Yeah, but I won't bitch about this. Mae Young.
Matter of fact, I think we bitch just as hard as comic book fans.
That's true. That is very true. Especially when, you know, directors are moved over to something after the Dar dies. Like, still like, oh, at least we don't get our nerdy dip this way. Like, fuck you, people. Anyways, hey, Mae Young, classic. For one, I thought this was going to be about Fabulous Moolah. I didn't know Mae Young was such a big diva, like, you know, women's wrestler.
Well, she is, yeah. Like, they always talk about every time they get a chance to talk about women's wrestling, everybody always brings up Mae Young or the other one that I
Fabulous Moolah.
Yeah, that's because Mae Young was like the fucking Highlander and lived to like 1,000.
Oh, damn, that was a reference for your ass.
What, 89? She was like 89?
Yeah,
she was up there. Yeah,
damn, Roger Moore beat her. Holy shit.
Yeah, and like still kind of like working in the ring too. Granted, it was just like, you know, I don't even know if it was botches or whatever. Like it was just matches, but she was still working in the ring, like being that age. So hey, bravo to her, props to her. So I guess it makes sense for this whole tournament to be named after her. This is the NXT one that Ruthless was talking about, right? The Divas one,
yes.
Or is it something else?
Yes, and it has apparently 32 women. Like Ruthless, I don't really know much a lot about this, man, because I just went to WrestleZone and just like started grabbing up topics. Like, what do you know about this so far, man?
Okay, so far, what we know is that it's going to be 32 women's wrestlers. It's going to be held over 2 days in July, so kind of held like the UK tournament was, but size-wise, it's going to be close to the Cruiserweight Classic. It was renamed for Mae Young. Originally, I do believe that they were looking to do a different name for it, but they decided to go ahead and do the full rename because Stephanie is so close friends, was so close friends with Mae Young as well on top of that. So they're looking to do that. They've got a number of the wrestlers that you've heard who were rumored to be coming to the WWE, Kerry Hojo, Io Shirai.
What about honestly, Kerry Hogan?
Possibly.
Yes.
Well, that's one of the names that's been rumored. We don't know whether that's for sure or not. In the next couple of days and weeks, I think you'll start to see a lot of people talking about who is officially signed to this tournament. Some of them may be one-off appearances, but there does seem to be a decent-sized group that are going to be in the tournament. The other thing is we don't know which wrestlers currently on the roster will be in the tournament as well. And they think that might be why you're getting this Money in the Bank women's match coming up. That someone from that is actually going to end up being in the Classic as well. I personally think this is probably going to be the way you get Asuka onto the main roster. It would make sense to have all these women in it and have Asuka win it. So now she's the ultimate, like, she gets the high profile of being the winner of the first women's tournament and then comes to the main roster after that. It's a good introduction format to do that with. But at the moment, yeah, that seems to be what's going on. We seem to be getting a really nice-sized group of women from a lot of different independent promotions. Nixon Newell, for the WCPW fans, is officially in for this tournament. She's one of the early names, so we don't know who else from there. B. Priestley's another big name out of WCPW that we think may be coming in for it, but there hasn't been anything finalized. And B is I do believe on a full contract with WCPW, so she may have changed her mind on it because of that. I don't know, but right now, 32 women, a lot of them, and it looks good. Like, I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be like you're going to see shine and shimmer in the U.S. for women's. So
yeah, and one thing too, like, I mean, the reason why I brought this up is because this girl right here, Kiera Hogan, she is basically a sexier version of Naomi. I think she's really young. I don't know how old she is, but I'm pretty sure she's super super young, which means like. You know, stupid. Like, I mean, okay, here's the thing. The reason why I know, I'm going to be completely honest and be completely transparent and be honest with how I know her. Anthony showed me her ass.
He's a perv.
And, yeah, he's a perv. And yeah,
they're both pervs, people. That's why.
No, I am not a perv.
No, and other than that, like, I mean, we don't totally pull a Hovick over here, but she's actually really good friends. She's actually really good friends with Mickie James too. Like, I think she's actually Mickie James actually trained her a little bit. Like, she's actually been her mentor. Like, in the indie scenes, like, you actually see her with her in a couple of pictures with Mickie James. So it seems like that's her like idol and stuff like that. And I'm talking like in the past too, because when I seen those pictures, Kiera Hogan did not look like that, for one. She looked much younger and much slimmer. Seems like she got way built now, and she's a little bit more seasoned and stuff like that. Granted, from what I've seen in her matches, she does seem a little bit green. So that's the only thing is, like, she still has a little bit interesting work. She had cut like this very interesting promo on one of the things, like talking about like this whole like flame kind of gimmick or whatever it was going on. I don't even know what it was for. But it was like some kind of promo package. But it kind of reminded me of a mixture of Naomi and a little bit of Ember Moon too. Like, she had this whole flame thing going on. And like I said, I don't know what the promo was for, but she has potential. It seemed kind of weird, but
I've seen like one match, and she reminds me of like a female version of Too Cool Scorpio in a way, or if not that, like someone who's like they can move really fast, do a lot of aerial moves, but like still have some kind of like thickness to her, where like every clothesline is like bam, like, you know what I mean, like something I don't know, like Kringle almost, but yeah.
What makes me really really afraid is like pretty much like she doesn't get the whole Lay Cool like treatment or whatever. I mean, not Lay Cool, but just like Layla E, like how she came into the WWE. She was pretty much just a sex icon, which is most WWE divas.
See, don't you feel like Layla was bad anyways? Because did she come in through the Diva Search thing?
Yeah, she did. She came in through the Diva Search thing. Like, she was already labeled as just, you want to fuck her. So like that's it. And I hope Kiera Hogan doesn't follow that same thing too, because like I said, Layla, when she first came in, she was thick as fuck. Like, she was really, really thick. And I think behind the scenes, they told her to get a little bit slimmer. And then they tried to make her more supermodel-ish. And then they teamed her up with McCool, Michelle McCool. And then they had the whole Lady McCool, which is like, depending on who you ask, they say it's good, they say it's bad. I'm kind of mad on it. But I hope they don't do that to Kiera Hogan either, where she's just like that. Pretty much that. They turn her to that. So,
and that's the thing too. Like, I mean, I liked her thickness and everything too, but she was thick in a sense of just like sexually thick. She wasn't thick as in, like, she was a powerful chick in the ring.
Like Naomi. Like, pretty much Naomi. Like, she's thick and she wears it well, and she's actually like, she's still the champion, surprisingly, right?
Yeah, no, I think she is. Yeah, dude, it's hard to tell SmackDown. They just fucking throw the fuck out there. But that's the thing. Like, I just really hope that at this point though, we get somebody that's really good. No, but I really want someone to come out of that shit just really, really using the whole like tournament thing to get over. Kind of like how Grand Metalik did and TJ Perkins. They did the CWC thing, because no one gave a fuck about TJP until after that CWC thing. So I don't know. I cannot wait for that shit. Hopefully, do you ever, or have you given a shit about this whole like Mae Young Classic thing, or not really? No.
I didn't give a fuck. I didn't even care about the CWC back when that shit started. I didn't even care about the UK shit back when that shit started. It's another tournament for me. This shit's gonna go fucking long as fuck. I'm just gonna get bored as fuck, and I just don't care.
So with that said,
to me, there's just so much fucking wrestling I already watch that I'm like, I don't want more of it. You know, I actually want less of it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need like a fucking tournament or a special every other fucking month.
But with that said, though, you do want more of this bullshit. Battle of the Broken Brilliance continues, man. So basically, the only reason why I'm bringing this up, it's gotten to a point now where it's almost like a fucking like school TV show type of thing. Like, apparently, TNA went on Twitter and said some bullshit about how, like, yeah, we're still fighting this. And Ribby Sky goes,
this shit became a fucking live action episode of South Park.
No, and it's funny because even fucking Rebby Sky goes on Twitter and says they're lying. Like literally just said like they're not telling the truth. They're lying. Like it's like it became like a stupid idiot TNA.
That's what I'm saying. It became this whole situation became like an episode of fucking South Park to me. Like it's just so fucking retarded. You can't even take it seriously anymore.
Like, it's kind of funny, like just in this day and age, just not even wrestling, but just in general the world. Like, would you ever really thought that it'd literally be a political battle or like legal battle over a fucking wrestling gimmick? Like, like can we point out how ridiculous that sounds?
Well, the reason why the thing is, as ridiculous as it sounds, is because if Impact Wrestling loses this shit, they lose fucking revenue. They lose money. Because right now, the whole fucking library with all the fucking broken brilliance things that the Hardy Boys did, that's practically all their fucking money right now. Like, I don't know if you guys just saw it, that Scott Steiner just returned the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck happened to the Abyss at this point. What was the name? I forgot what his name is.
Oh, Joseph Parks.
Joseph Parks. They fucked him up. And it's not like they fucked him up just as much as fucking Kane got fucked. You know what I'm saying? But right now, they literally have fucking nothing going for them at this point.
See, I don't agree.
Right now,
but,
the thing is that they're fighting with this shit is because if the Hardys actually take this to the WWE, that's it. Fucking TNA has nothing no more.
No, but that's the thing. I don't even think that's the case. I think TNA is just kind of like, wow, you've been so unprofessional, and this is why I'm about to bring this up. Because I'm glad you said that. I'm very, very glad you said that. Because the reason why this battle is going on, in my opinion, Anthony, and Ruthless are going to ask what your opinion is about this next. But the thing is, Matt Hardy, apparently, I don't know if you guys can read this, but basically he went on Twitter and just said, like, I want to move on peacefully and keep our incredibly unprofessional contract negotiations silent. And he says, but not now. And I'm just kind of like, okay, hold on. You have been so unprofessional from the very fucking beginning. Rebby Sky literally like started telling people like, "Hey, hashtag fuck them horns," or what's she saying?
The owl.
That owl.
Yeah, fuck the owl or whatever. And then like literally like Matt Hardy is getting the crowd to chant that on the Raw after WrestleMania, and they're trying to like egg people on to continue saying "fuck that owl, fuck that owl," the whole thing. And now he's saying, "Oh, now we're really not gonna be professional." Like, motherfucker, you full of shit. Like. I'm totally on TNA's side on this, man.
No, I think he just said he wanted to keep the whole unprofessional shit out of the way.
Well, he's the one who brought it. Like TNA wasn't going to go public with it.
Well, no, TNA is the one who started this shit. They're the ones who actually started that. If you don't think you're going anywhere with it because we legally have rights for it and shit. They're the one who's actually started throwing it out there, and that's when Reba Sky and fucking Matt Hardy started getting involved. And then that's when Matt filed for the fucking trademark is when they started doing stupid shit. And then it's just all fucking hearsay from there.
So, Ruthless, like, when this first started being something that was talked about a lot within the wrestling community, like, do you remember hearing about this in the early beginnings of this or not really?
Yeah, originally the problem came when it seemed like the Hardys were essentially just wanting to take what they had worked on and take it elsewhere. Yeah. And TNA's... All right, so when it was still TNA, there wasn't a problem with them doing the broken stuff elsewhere. They had done it some of the indie dates, both with people that had TV deals, people that didn't, with no problem. When Anthem took over and it became Impact, Impact tried to sign them to a deal that would essentially give them a percentage of any independent bookings, no matter whether or not they used the broken characters or not. Even if they just showed up as Matt and Jeff Hardy, they still would have got a percentage because they were under contract with Impact. So they said, fine, we're not taking that contract, and they went elsewhere. The inciting incident to really turn this over was that then Impact, newly branded Impact, decided to go out and start saying that the Hardys were the reason why they didn't sign, that this was Ruby Sky's doing. And Ruby Sky essentially responded saying, listen, we wanted to resign. You gave us the contract 6 days before our contracts expired and expected us to go through essentially months of negotiation in less than a week.
Yeah.
This issue over the broken stuff gets deeper because Matt Hardy did file to trademark all of his broken stuff, and that is what's going on currently. They're trying to negotiate without going to court over it.
Yeah.
At this point, I don't think they're going to avoid that. Instead, I think you're going to end up in a situation where Impact's going to have to deal with the fact that the business that Dixie Carter was doing with the Hardys as the Broken Universe is really going to screw them over in holding on to this. They may be able to hold on to what they've already filmed, but going forward, it's going to belong to the Hardys simply because a lot of people weren't under contract for this stuff. Jeremy Borash was filming. He officially was not filming as a TNA. Like, he was basically the cameraman. Matt Hardy seems to be the genesis of all the ideas here. They have outside people who did like makeup and some of the other like construction work for the different portions of the filming. Those people were not under contract with TNA at the time. Singer Benjamin, Ruby Sky's father, was not under contract, but he appears in all of these vignettes and the final deletion and all that.
Yeah.
Like everything he appears in occurs without him being under contract. Obviously, Matt's kid is not under contract. Like, there's a lot.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like the thing that does bother me.
That's
like,
a problem when it comes to holding on to the rights and things like this. TNA might be able to hold on to the past stuff, but going forward, man, they might as well let this go now because yes, the WWE is not wanting to get involved. And that's what. If you saw the email release, the email says that the WWE does not wish to get involved in negotiations. Not that the WWE doesn't want the gimmick. That is the same thing that I'm sure every CM Punk fan is currently going, oh my God, about. Because, yeah, the WWE doesn't want to be involved in CM Punk's case as far as the actual court case, but they're glad to give the doctor money because it helps defend them as well. Same situation here. The Hardys have WWE's money behind them. I really don't think Anthem's going to be able to hold up to this.
Yeah,
Yep.
and neither do I. But I mean, at the same time, I'm actually on TNA's side in the moral type of way, just because like even you said perfectly, Ruthless is like, yeah, all these people that Matt Hardy had on his found deletion stuff, whatever, all these people were not under contract, and yet TNA still okayed the shit. If I was TNA, those motherfuckers would have nothing to do with this, and it would have been just Matt and Jeff doing the exact same thing. The reason why that shit got so crazy and so, I guess somewhat interesting. I don't like the shit, but I know you guys do. And the thing is, like, the reason why that became such a big deal is because of Senior Benjamin and the kid and all these random characters going on and Shane Helms, etc. Like, that's what made it get bigger and bigger. If it was still Matt and Jeff the entire time and just some little piece of shit feud that was going on, this would not have gotten this big. So they fucking own TNA. Like, dude, like, they gave you a huge opportunity. Like, they didn't have to do this shit. You guys came in as druggies and everything. Fuck you guys. But Anthony, I know you're gonna say something.
No, I was just saying, and I want to ask you guys because it's more of a question directed towards you, Nick. Like, you can start first. But do y'all really think this is kind of open up Pandora's box, considering legal rights with gimmicks and wrestling gimmicks and stuff like that? Do you think wrestlers are going to start now considering, like, maybe I need to really start, trademarking my gimmick or whatever before I sign up with these companies, so I can just take it anywhere?
They were doing that before, though. I mean, I remember Mark Calloway did that with The Undertaker, and I think somebody else, was it Boogeyman?
Yeah.
Well, from what I know is that when it comes to the gimmicks, like especially WWE, the WWE creative creates it and gives it to them.
Yeah.
Like, for example, like The Undertaker, he was originally supposed to be Kane the Undertaker, and he was Vince's idea. A lot of these gimmicks are all ideas that come from Vince and the creative. The Broken Hardys, I think it's from the Hardys themselves. Like, they created this shit. And
yeah,
I guess
it depends on where it's coming from. Like,
yeah,
a lot of independent stars will have their own gimmicks, and the WWE like to bring people's gimmicks in with them. That's why they always had name changes. Whereas now, even the WWE is like, I want this person's brand because I want the fans that come with that brand. That's why you see AJ Styles coming in without changing his name.
I was just about to say him.
Yeah. And that's another thing too that's really big is like you got guys like the Boogeyman and like these guys I know like they went into indie development promotions and whatnot and kept their gimmick. The same thing with Jake the Snake Roberts, and this is actually one of those early cases where he's done this before. So it's like they bring this shit to other promotions and whatnot. You know what I mean? So it's just weird to me.
But the way I look at it,
go ahead.
No, you think that's why they do that? You think that's why WWE makes it known, like, oh, bitch, I'm giving you your gimmick. You're not doing nothing here.
Jay got people like APW and some other fucking promotions over for like months at a time because of the fact they went over to like All Pro Wrestling and forgot where else. Was it Chikara or something? I don't know. I can't fucking remember.
Yeah, Chikara.
Yeah, and Jake Roberts did that, and Boogeyman, he doesn't really go to many other promotions, but just him doing like autograph signings and like just chilling at the gimmick table and just selling his merchandise. He has Boogeyman shirts all over the place. I don't know if you've seen him. He is like sells a shitload of shirts, but the thing is, they don't have the WWE logo on them. It's just like, hey, I'm the Boogeyman, like coming to get you, like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Yeah, Yeah, and a gimmick like Jake the Snake Roberts, it's like, if you see him walking around, it's fucking Jake the Snake Roberts, and he's that legend, he's the legend status. So I think people like him, Vince and WWE, and they were like, just fucking do what you got to do.
And one big thing, and it's funny that you brought this up because there is one person that I'm pretty shocked that he can't use his name anymore, and it's been this way since 2009. But good old Stone Cold Steve Austin, he's just Steve Austin. He's not Stone Cold. Like, I don't know if you knew that, but he's not allowed to use Stone Cold at any kind of interview or anything.
Well, doesn't he have the Stone Cold podcast? He calls it the Stone Cold podcast.
Well, WWE calls it Stone Cold Podcast.
On his podcast one.
It's Steve Austin Unleashed.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Every time he does it, they always say WWE on. So every time they have.
And even now, because I thought he was gonna be able to use it again, because like you said, Hovick, it's Stone Cold Podcast on WWE Network. But then, I don't know if you knew this, but apparently they just ended the contract with him because they said it was performing not so well, and they didn't like his interviews. Which, by the way, Dean Ambrose, is your fucking fault, you boring fuck. But yeah,
you can't blame it on him. How many fucking guests has Stone Cold even had? Plus, when was the last time they even did a fucking podcast on?
The last one was Dean Ambrose.
And that was how long ago?
When he got, like, the contract died, it was 3 months ago. It doesn't matter if the shit was ended. You can't do another one if the shit's not there. Like,
Well, don't forget, they also had Mick Foley. They had Chris Jericho doing a podcast.
And they still had episodes afterwards, so that means it was good.
Oh, they only had one.
What? Like, oh, you mean like their own podcast? Yeah, was those are fill-ins, dude. But anyway, so I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those things. Like, as far as contract negotiations, I know this is like very boring for people. Probably like, oh man, who gives a fuck about contracts and who wrote what and who and when? But it's kind of important sometimes too, because like I said, man, like CM Punk, like that's a really different situation where you can beat CM Punk, but Dolph Ziggler, without WWE, what the fuck does he do? Or anybody else who ever gets released or fired in the future, like they can't. Dude, Drew McIntyre.
Shit, that's a good question.
Yeah, like, I mean, MVP got to keep his shit. MVP is still MVP everywhere, which is awesome.
Yeah, like you said, the CM Punk situation, that was different because he was CM Punk before even arriving.
CM Punk had been CM Punk back when we were beefing over a video game.
In 2002 and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Dolph Ziggler, what would he do? Shit.
Yeah, like, you can't call him, like, for one, the name's ridiculous, and two, it's like, his real name is Nick Nemeth. Or no, wait, not Nemeth. That's his character name. But yeah, like his name's Nick.
I guess that's what some wrestlers.
No, that was correct. Nick Nemeth is his real name.
I guess that's why some wrestlers kind of try to build up their name while they're still in the company. Remember what Gregory Helms did with the Hurricane? He dropped that shit and started building up Gregory Helms.
Yeah.
So
is it okay? Is his real name Gregory or Shane?
Is it Shane? Maybe it is Shane.
Shane Helms.
Shane Helms. Yeah. Okay, I can't remember. Yeah, because that was around the time where you were watching the shit, Anthony, and I fucking hated wrestling with a passion. I couldn't fucking stand any of that shit.
Rosie.
Yeah, actually, it's Gregory Shane Helms. That's his real name.
Oh, well, then that's where the Gregory came from. But hey, you know what though? I don't know who the fuck this guy's real name is because no one gives a fuck. But Gunner is gonna be going to NXT, WWE, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Wait, again?
Yeah, you remember he showed up for like one day and then he went away.
Oh, are you for real? TNA.
Yeah, this is like, 2-3 years ago. He showed up, he fucking made the entire building explode, and the next day, Gunner re-signed to TNA.
I know, even Gunner was just like, hey man, I thought I was with you guys. Where's everybody?
You sure that's not the Drifter?
Hey, no shit, it looks just like Elias
Speaking of the Drifter.
Hey, shout out to the Drifter. You finally got a match. Shout out to the Drifter.
Exactly. Go ahead, Elvie.
Speaking of the Drifter, is him and Tony Nese related? Because they look a fucking like.
No, they're just white.
white with long hair and beard. Okay, got it.
Hey,
he's also related to Chuck Palumbo.
Yeah, exactly. Like, hey, Hovick, if you go to a Starbucks, everybody's related in there. No. Anyway, I'm done. I'm sorry. No, it's racism. It's great, people. No, but like this guy, poor Gunner, man. I remember when I first saw him, he was one of the referees, or not referees, but one of like the guys that would defend Dixie Carter every time Hulk Hogan was around when he turned heel back in TNA 2011. 10. I love that fucking thing. That was awesome. But anyways. Yeah, I liked his character back then. You remember that when?
No, wait. You know what? No, I'm gonna have a bone to pick with you later. So another wrestler promotion could do the 10 thing, but not WWE.
No, because when Abyss did it, it was a date, and then when that date happened, he stopped with the 10-10-10. It was gone. He only did it for a month, and then when it actually happened, it led to something because 10-10-10 was important. It meant October 10th, 2010. Jeff Hardy, Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, Jeff Jarrett are together, and they made the Immortals, and they're gonna take over TNA. And then Steen was fucking out, and Kevin Nash was out, and Scott Steiner was out. Ooh, good shit. TNA was awesome around then. Fuck your face.
Well, Kane also did a date gimmick too. That was cool. No, okay.
Oh, you son of a bitch. We just passed May 19th too, you motherfucker. No, but that's the thing, people. I loved the whole Gunner thing around that time. His character's all right. After that though, I do not know what this dude did. I remember like as soon after this, he was getting some kind of push against Kurt Angle and Robert Roode, and now you see Glorious and the whole thing. Everyone kind of moved on. Oh yes. Are you doing that or Undertaker? Like I don't know what the fuck.
Both
at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you ever give a shit about Gunner, man? I mean, I know you probably watched TNA about 4 years ago. No, never?
No, didn't like. I honestly, there are some parts of TNA that I'm just like, why does this exist? Honestly, and the thing that is right now, the TNA person I really want to get signed to the WWE is Jade, aka Mia Yim. So, like, I'm looking forward to seeing who ends up coming over as this rebranding and getting rid of folks happens over at Impact, but. For the most part now, it doesn't move me at all.
Yeah, and I always thought his promo work was good. I mean, not to sound gay, but he had a great body. The dude could look like, he kind of reminded me of Tyson Tomko. You guys remember that dude?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Christian catching charisma's little bitch, walking around, fucking always helping him out.
No, I'm just looking at that video. I'm like, I know I made this joke earlier, but the dude on the left, you sure that's not Chuck Palumbo?
No, man. American Badass Light.
Yeah, it's like
American Bad Butt.
Have a seizure on the motorcycle and shit.
You can tell Chuck Palumbo was not used to fucking riding motorcycles. And you know what? He has a motorcycle show now.
Like, what?
No, he's been doing this for like 5 years now. He has his own like TV show. Like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, have you seen it?
No, I haven't. That's hilarious. I have to watch it now.
It's good. It's actually really good. Like I would recommend it. It's badass.
Wait, doesn't Goldberg have like a motorcycle show or something?
I think he had a car show.
Oh, okay.
Oh, was it good or nah?
I've seen clips of it, but I don't remember.
I just keep watching Jay Leno's Garage.
Dude, God, I love you. That show is so great. I just watched it last night, dude.
I fucking love Jay Leno's Garage.
Because he has literally every car ever. Like,
yeah, dude. God, by the way,
counting cars.
Yeah, counting cars is good too. And Fast and Loud. Fast and Loud's all right. Anyway, yeah, so, we're men. Really quick, I'm just gonna put this out there. Okay, yeah. By the way, we're gonna move on to the next topic. Yeah, Gunner. Yeah, who gives a fuck? But here's the thing, though. CNBC. When it comes to cable television, dude, I did not know how great that channel is. They got fucking Shark Tank. They got fucking Undercover Boss. They got Jay Leno's Garage. Dude, I'm telling you, WWE, they need to make a fucking show just for that show. Maybe Ride Along. Put Ride Along on that fucking thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah, of course. So, anyway.
Or CBS mixed with the Avengers and WWE. I don't know.
There we go. Yep. CBS. I forgot what CBS is. But hey, people, no, we over here on this thing about Eric Bischoff because we're about to end the show, and this is going to be a fun little thing. It's no news. Who gives a fuck? Apparently, Bischoff went on some kind of interview and said, hey, people, like, what the fuck are you doing?
Bischoff? I just always think that shit. Just Eric Bischoff. Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
He's very immature, y'all. He's very, very immature. But hey.
No, like, I always said that shit because I really, like, Eric, like, he was a good heel back when he was, like, did the thing way back when they had fucking the camera up Stephanie McMahon's ass. That was a weird time. But
beautiful time.
Yeah, that was weird.
Isn't that right, Hovig?
He was a good heel, and I always just called him Bischoff just because of how much I hated him when he was doing it. Just, I could not stand that man. Fuck this guy.
And I know you hated him then, but people even hated him more in WCW. And it's funny because while people were hating him on the screen, people loved him for this shit, man. Over here, apparently this motherfucker spent $100,000 on the Voodoo Child music for a Hulk Hogan in his NWO heel entrance. And I'm kind of curious if WWE paid the same because the era that you're talking about, Anthony, Hulk Hogan actually brought that to SmackDown when he was like the champion and whatnot. And they, playing the whole Jimi Hendrix thing. And I'm kind of curious, man. Like, that was one of my favorite themes, especially for Hulk Hogan, because Hulk Hogan has nothing but cheesy-ass 80s music playing. So that was my favorite one. But, like, for you guys, like, what's the song that was real that ended up becoming some dude's song, like, theme song, like, on the show, like, on wrestling?
Ooh.
Because I have a few, man.
Mm.
Like, man, I just been a lot.
Never Gonna Stop for Edge.
From Rob Zombie?
Rob Zombie, yup.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to play this really quick.
That shit came from left field. That shit came from left field for me. I was like, oh, shit. That was awesome.
No,
Yeah.
and they actually, man, they played the fuck up the song, like, on the radio and whatnot. I'll play over here. Here's my body to keep you alive. Let me see.
I have that album in my car.
Imagine Hovig dancing this song in the car and shit. He's like, oh,
What
yeah.
the heck,
love
dude?
it.
What the hell?
Come on, what do you do when you're in the car, man? You see that.
I ain't doing that.
He
man.
ain't doing that
I'm
shit. He's on his day off, man.
He's on this thing, y'all. The first one that comes to mind is just because like you said, it's a lot of them. But just Victoria's, all the things you said, running through my head,
running through my head.
Wait a minute, she had that, right? She had
Yeah,
that
she
tattoo
did.
song?
Yeah. I was just like,
Holy
weird.
His name was it Tattoo? Was that the
Yeah,
name?
tattoo, yeah.
Yeah, this was a great song, man. And the Train was great, too.
Yeah, but like when you actually listen to the song and the message, and the song is just like, okay, it's just like I guess that could fit for Victoria. I don't know. So it was just kind of weird. And
That's
then,
it right there, man.
I don't know, man.
all the things you said, all the things you said
God, this fucking video is weird, man.
in my head, running through my. I actually like that music video. It's actually really good. And
You sang that
the
song in the shower?
yeah, exactly.
People,
All the
please
things
don't
you
look at
said,
that
all the
page.
things you said.
Laugh your ass off about it.
No, the
Don't
other
look
one.
at that page, please.
The other one too is just like not the actual song, but just noticing that they made a theme song for WWE. It was just like, holy shit! Like it really showed you that WWE was starting to go into that rap direction. But just 3-6 Mafia doing Mark Henry's theme song was just like, holy shit!
Yeah.
Oh,
It's crazy.
someone's gonna get their ass kicked.
Yeah, somebody's gonna get their wig split.
And it's,
like,
it's funny because when that song plays, dude, it's fucking badass because like they did that camera and it's like slowly moving up, like Mark Henry's back, and it's just like, yeah, someone gonna get fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. Plus, it fit. Like, it really worked, especially when Mark Henry was heel. He was doing the whole Hall of Pain gimmick. It fucking worked. So I'm just like, yeah, it's really great. Like, it just shows you that Mark Henry is only supposed to be heel. He's never supposed to be face. Not the best.
Oh, you know,
Still not the best.
The best licensed song. There's only one. It's always been the best. It has been the best for years now, and that's the theme
Always
that
been
you
the best.
the
Always
Space
been the
Odyssey.
best. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's 2001: A Space Odyssey's theme, used by, of course, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. When that comes in, you know exactly who's coming to the ring. You let out a woo like everybody else does. Like, please tell me a song that evokes the same automatic response.
Yeah, I hate this song. I'm sorry.
The Undertaker's theme,
I-
The Rock's theme.
That's not a licensed song.
yeah, it's not a licensed song. It's not a real song. Like,
Well,
Woo!
I like how you try to find a way. Like, well,
hold on. What about Stone Cold and his Disturbed version?
there we go. That's what I was waiting for somebody to say, man. That fucking song, that dun 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 dun. Like, dude, I gotta tell you, I love that fucking song so much, man. Like, I can hear it 1,000 times. Why are you dancing like it's a fucking party song, Anthony? No, but okay, like for me, dude, I feel like every time this song came out, I fucking hate this website. Watch Together, by the way, people. Do not go to this site. I can tell. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm getting madder as we continue on with this fucking segment because this shit don't work. But
Back in the day, Rob Van Dam used to use Pantera's Walk for his theme
wait,
song.
in ECW?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay, and that's pretty badass too. I don't think it goes as good as Breaking Point's.
And Sandman used to use Enter Sandman from Metallica.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, all those songs I used to fucking love, man. I would play more, but you know, technology and Fridays, they don't go hand in hand. But
and the occasional flag from YouTube.
of course, yeah. No, but I will say though, I don't know if this counts as a licensed song, and Ruthless, you can tell me if it does. But like, Motorhead's The Game, like
That no.
Yes and no, because he
it's
made
for
it
him.
for them, but they used it on they put it on one of their albums, but it was made specifically for him.
yeah, God, I love that fucking song, dude. Like, it doesn't matter if Triple H is a bad guy, good guy, if you like him, if you hate him. When you hear that fucking dun, and then Motorhead, like,
You get hyped, bro. You get hyped, though.
Although, like, Nick, don't hate me. Like, I like the game song, but I always liked his alternate one better. The bow down to us,
the King
bow
of
down to the king. That is badass. Like, I love that one better.
You know what's another licensed song? Fuck, Beautiful People.
Oh yeah,
Marilyn
the
Manson?
people.
Yeah.
Oh. I remember
Okay.
every time I heard that song, I always thought like someone's getting their balls licked, like dun, 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 dun. Oh.
Man, all of those licensed songs that they had mostly for the intro, and like unpopular opinion, I actually liked the Papa Roach Raw theme. I just want to be loved.
Because you want to be loved. That's fucking why.
Like, I love that shit. That shit always got me amped up, and that was around the time when Raw was really starting to get bad. But it had a good theme song, so it was like.
And,
I forgot
another
that was-
classic, Junkyard Dog back in the day used to use Another One Bites the Dust from Queen.
Wait, but who used it? Junkyard Dog?
Junkyard Dog.
Junkyard Dog, yeah.
Oh wow! You know what? That's the thing too. Okay, so this is kind of funny, and I don't know if this is true or not. So if anyone who's old enough, I think Ruthless would be the one to tell me this is true or not. Back in the day, like in WrestleMania 1 and 2, like around that era, did people have theme songs?
Sometimes, like not everybody had theme songs. I want to say at the event there might have been themes, but that was not every promotion people had theme songs. Sometimes people just came to the ring, like.
Yeah, because I remember, dude, I watched it. I remember, like, Big John Studd, who's a pretty big character. I was like, wonder what his song is. They didn't play a song. And then when you play the video games, every song all the old guys have is, like, some fucking generic, like, song from the soundtrack of the game. Like,
Bro, I remember when they did that shit with SmackDown vs. Raw and whatever the fuck, or the...
yeah, they had the WWE Legends song, so you have a badass coming
Yeah.
out, and the song's like, oh, Hall of Fame. Like,
Yeah.
some weird fucking Olympian
But that's the
bullshit.
thing, like, they couldn't always get those songs licensed. So for non-televised events, they would have like a song for when they were doing, the local live shows. But when they did like TV or when they did, their pay-per-view stuff, they wouldn't necessarily always have that music, or they would license something specifically for that. So yeah, I mean, not always.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Last one, and like it technically counts. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. But one of the greatest uses or slight remix or retools of One Now is the Dr. Wily's theme, Mega Man for T.J. Perkins.
okay,
that is fucking awesome.
that's actually really fucking cool. And
That's
the
fucking
Titantron,
cool.
that's one of those things. The Titantron is so great for it, dude. This shit's so badass.
Yes.
And of
Another
course,
one.
we can't talk about this without mentioning CM Punk's using
Cool.
Cole's
Oh,
personality.
Yeah.
Well, Cult of Personality and The Fire Burns by Killswitch Engage.
Oh yeah,
And-
of course.
And you got the Dudleys with, what was it? The Bombshell fucking...
Oh, yeah,
song.
from Power Man
fucking
5000.
Daniel Bryan with Flight of the Valkyries. Like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. Or fucking I gave up. Dude, I'm just tired. I'm just so like.
Kane had finger 11 at one point.
Yeah, exactly. 11 fingers. You count them, Hovig. You count them fucking fingers. But hey,
Here's the 11th one.
there you go. That was clever. That was really cutesy. But no, Anthony, I'm done though. We finally made it on a Friday show. I know people. We didn't talk about any really big topics, but I can just see my computer ready to just fucking cry. What were you saying?
Can we just, like, before we take it off the air, I'm sorry, this is like unpropped too, but can we just all put our hands together and just say rest in peace DIY?
Yes.
You guys,
better
like,
yet. No,
Mhm.
Anthony, better yet,
Yeah,
can we
but-
all say rest in peace to the career of Tommaso Ciampa, who fucking walked to the ring way too soon after a match and broke his fucking leg. These
What,
young
really?
men cannot
What?
walk to the fucking ring because they get injured. Apparently, he's going to be out for a few months because he fucked himself up because he's fucking stupid.
He's got the Vince fucking disease.
How many times I say this, Anthony, on the show? Yeah, I know you haven't been on here like this last week, but it's like every single time I talk about this shit, all these fucking wrestlers, they want to put on a great match instead of having a character or being interesting, and they break them fucking selves, and then it's like boo-hoo.
just so I can remember, you said who got injured again?
Tommaso Ciampa, he's the guy, the bald head dude who turned heel.
Yeah, he's the ball. So, like, him sitting there for, like, that long after the show was over makes so much sense now.
Yeah.
He was just, like, his hurt. He's just like, I'm just going to sit here.
No, you know what happened? That Johnny Gargano put a spell when he crawled into his lap, and he put a spell on his fucking leg. He's like, oh, shit.
Ah!
Wait, so he actually broke his fucking leg when he was actually beating the shit out
No,
of him?
I don't know, man. He just got injured or something.
No, it's an ankle injury. He's had to get
Oh.
surgery on it though. I think he's getting surgery like today or yesterday.
Yeah,
Something
he was
like that.
sparring with Kurt Angle.
Because I was about to say, I'm like, yo, how fucked up would it have been if he broke his shit while fucking this guy up?
That would have been funny. Like, he beat his ass and turns around all badass, but he tweaks his ankle and shit. Oh, fights and just, like,
He
falls
beat
into
his
the
ass
front.
he beat his ass so bad he broke his own shit.
No, imagine he beat his ass so bad and he walks backstage. He's like, yeah, I'm the best. Copyright logo.
Oh,
He beat his ass so bad he goes to the back. Triple H, I fucked my
No,
shit.
but
up.
just a little, just no, because I just wanted to like. It really sucks because longevity-wise, and tell me if I'm wrong, I really thought that DIY should have moved up to the main, even though they've been teasing this storyline-wise. We already knew they was going to break them up. But for the longevity of the company in terms of tag teams, I really wish that they would have, boosted them up. And they could still probably do it down the line, like really, who knows? But I really wish that they would have boosted them up to like Raw, SmackDown. I'm not sure which one probably would have been fitted them better. But like I said, just for the longevity of the company and tag teams, I just thought they would have both boosted them up. And it's like, go up there with the Revival, maybe have a little bit of matches with them too, especially considering we really don't have a lot of memorable tag teams in the WWE. And plus, what those guys did, they're like mostly the main reason, other than the CWC Classic, those guys, those two motherfuckers are the main reason why I'm watching wrestling again and watching NXT, period. Because as soon as I came back, it was 3 years ago, like I did not watch wrestling at all. And when I seen those two guys, I was just like, this is the reason why I love wrestling. Every time they was in the ring, every time it was an NXT takeover, I always expected DIY to put on a fucking show. So I just, as a wrestling fan, as a person that's recently getting back into it, it's still kind of getting aggravated by the product. I just want to say just thank you to those two athletes, because you guys can do art in the ring.
Yeah, and I'm just laughing. Like, you can say all that gooey, happy fucking horse shit. But here's the thing, though. He hurt himself in a match against Authors of Pain.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, Authors of Pain, man, they wrote a fucking book on that
Cut
one.
it off!
Dude, come on. I love it. I absolutely love it. Also, like, I disagree with Anthony's thought process of they should stay together. I honestly think breaking them up is a smart thing. You bring them back together on the main roster so that you don't have the American Alpha situation.
Oh, that would be amazing. Kind of like a DX type of thing. How they feuded for a while, and then at one point they just fucking reunited.
Dude, it's like the DX thing, except no one cares. Oh, that'd be cool, right?
That would be Nick.
That would be awesome. It'd be like just 20% of the audience, the guys with the Cheeto Puff stains on their shirts, and they go, "Yay! I know those guys. They're on the show that no one watches. Oh, that's awesome!" Like fucking bullshit. I swear to God, people are really up these dudes' ass. Okay, this motherfucker got a picture of him going, "Oh, hurting his ankle." Okay, like, dude, poor dude. I feel sorry.
Okay, Nick, no, dude, no, fuck you, no,
what?
Fuck
What?
No, fuck you. Literally, I'm getting like really amped up and like happy about wrestlers that actually wrestle in the ring. Yo ass was getting pumped up about a motherfucker that was just walking around with a guitar.
And that's the thing, a man walking around with a guitar. Guess who's still in the show right now? That guy. He can walk right now. This dumb fuck over here can't even do one fucking. He finally gets his shot. He finally gets his shot to do something cool. What's gonna happen if he gets to WrestleMania? He's gonna fucking kill himself because he did a flip on the show that nobody watches? Are you fucking kidding me? Stupid. It's like Finn Balor. I have no faith in Finn Balor.
He put on a good wrestling match. Like, what was the last memorable wrestling match that the Drifter did?
Thank you. I love you so much because this is the reason why, Anthony. Stone Cold put memorable matches on, right? Motherfucker hasn't been here for like, what, 15 years? Because guess what? When you do shit like that, you hurt yourself. Okay? I'm sure the Owen Hart fucking like flying through the ceiling thing was probably cool. Like, oh, look at the blue blazer. He's in the sky. Oh, he's fucking dead. We'll never see him again for the rest of our lives. Wow, that was a great show that no one saw. Like, Mick Foley is great. Mick Foley is a great wrestler, right? But the thing is, he's so used to smashing his fucking face in the steel stairs. Now the motherfucker can't even do a promo or a stand-up comedy gig without sounding retarded. And he walks around like a fucking happy feet penguin. Like, he's broken. He stopped wrestling in like 2000.
So what's your gripe? I still don't get it. You're just
Let me paint you a fucking picture.
You're just fucking naming reasons as to why these guys get injured in a fucking extreme.
Oh my god!
sport.
And you don't get it? You just said right there. You got it.
I get it. I get it, Nick. But does that mean that The Miz is your favorite wrestler?
Yes!
Exactly.
Yes. Yes. And CM Punk is too. And Jericho is too. These are guys who can wrestle, have pretty decent matches. They're fucking awesome, and they're not dead. Isn't that awesome? Jericho might come back next year.
I agree with you.
AJ? AJ does a very dangerous style, quote unquote, but doesn't injure people. He's incredibly safe.
He almost killed a dude like 3 years ago with the Styles Clash.
He didn't almost kill the dude. The dude put his head down. That's not. You can't put that on the person doing the move when the person selling fucks up and doesn't sell the move correctly.
So when we watched that James Ellsworth match, because I remember I was watching that with you, and we were all watching James Ellsworth take that fall. Did we not all go, "Holy shit, he's dead"?
Yes, because He did the exact same problem. He had the exact same issue. James Ellsworth forgot to put his head back, and luckily AJ was smart enough to modify the move so it didn't do the normal finish, so that it wouldn't hurt the guy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, what do you mean? How is it that AJ can be that and not be and still be a problem for you? Like, AJ is incredibly safe, but still does dangerous moves.
Because for me, is AJ still has to put on those matches, and he's good. He's good. He hasn't gotten injured, although he did almost kill someone.
And what about Owen and Stone Cold?
Well, I already brought that up, genius. But here's the thing.
No, you brought up the Blue Blazer.
And I brought up Stone Cold. And Blue Blazer's own heart.
Okay, but what about that?
Yeah,
I know that.
Own heart. Like, wait, you mean the pile driver thing? Yeah, they put on a great match. He almost killed himself, and it didn't mean anything. That was a kiss my ass match. That was silly.
But that's the thing. Whose fault was that? What was that?
It was stupid for any of them to do that. That was dumb for both of them. Why did Stone Cold say, "Hey, dude, you should drop me on my head. It's a very important match. It's a kiss my ass match, and you might kill me, but it's very important. I come kiss your ass after the match." Like, it's stupid. It's hilarious.
I would say this,
it's the name of the game.
Like I said, granted, you do have a point, but I'm saying, but between the Drifter and actually one of the members, I can't even goddamn remember his name.
Gargano. That's the problem. That's how bad he is. His matches are great. What's his name, Anthony? Oh, the bald guy. This white dude.
Okay, in my defense, my memory is bad, so I can't remember none of these motherfuckers' names, to be honest with you.
Destroyed to remember this motherfucker, and I watched all the shows. I watched that match 4 times. I keep calling this motherfucker Johnny Gargano.
That's a discussion of memory, not actual the wrestlers. But the actual thing is, like, I'm actually talking about him because he's actually, granted, he's injured, and I'm Matt just as long with you. Like you said, longevity. I get it, longevity. But I'm actually getting psyched for somebody that's actually wrestling. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. You're getting excited for it. You're getting excited for it. But are you excited for Wednesday night? No, because guess what? He ain't going to be on there because he's injured.
No, but when he comes back, I'm going to be excited for him. Like, the Drifter's still wrestling now. Like you said, he's still there. I don't give a shit. So it's just like, yeah.
Well, shit, because I give a shit. I want to see what the Drifter does next. I hope it's going to be good. I'm optimistic. I'm happy. I want wrestling to be good. Okay, I like it when wrestlers are still in the show. Like, you know what? I wish Alan was in here because Alan hates this thing in shows where people die, right? He hates when people die in shows. But
Alan also likes Roman Reigns.
Well, here's the thing. He's a bird, so he's not that smart. People are fucking stupid. We gotta go off.
Wow.
What to say, Anthony?
I will go off for 2 hours on this.
I know, right? We can talk all night. But actually, before you even go, I'm trying to turn the fucking shit off. I'm stupid. Anthony, there's a thing that you haven't done in a long time. I think you should do it now. But anime night.
No. Erase that shit out. You put it on the chalkboard. Erase that shit. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that until next week. But this week, this Saturday, we're doing the movie nights. And the racist shit that Alan actually had to say. He said 4 movies that you don't understand, but you can see the action. But his words, not mine. But
what?
Like I said, his words, not mine. But the funny thing is, you can actually get in on that right after the I was about to say midweek.
Yeah,
Midnight Chat Attack. Saturday, 7:30 CST. The Midnight Chat Attack happens. Usually goes on for 2 hours or whatever. And then we got this thing called the After Hours. And usually for the After Hours, every other week we do this thing called the After Hours viewing party where we watch movies and stuff like that. And like I said, this time around, we're doing 4 movies. And I think the one that actually won the polls is The Raid. Redemption. So guys, if you want to watch The Raid with a couple of people, random folks on the internet, that's kind of weird, come over there on the Rabbit. We actually post the Rabbit link in the comment section too. If you guys don't know or not too familiar with Double Toaster or whatever, if you are Toaster, you know where to go to doubletoaster.com, go into the Double Toaster chat, and the Rabbit link will be right there. We can watch a movie and stuff like that, and that will be fine and dandy. So I hope to see you there.
Goodness, that was, man. You know, dude, you need to just there goes my joke. Bye, joke. See ya. Man, that joke just needs to. Hey, Hovig, do you have my joke?
Yo.
Do you have my joke? Is over there? No, shit.
No, he has the blue blazer.
Do you see this motherfucker? No, Hovig literally looked around like, well, let me check.
He looked for the joke on his phone.
No, even the police at his house looking for the joke. See those lights? Like,
he looked for
Yo, you're here? Yo, nah. You
want
did.
to call somebody? That'd be great.
That'd be hilarious. He accidentally calls his mom. What the fuck you calling me for?
Wait, joke. You got no jokes, whole thing. I've been telling you this for years.
The best part would have been if I actually swiped the emergency service.
Oh shit!
Like, oh shit, my bad.
Don't do that. But people, before he actually calls 911, people say it with me.
Oh,
1,
yes.
2, 3. Oh, what? Wait.
MCW, baby. It's
Plug your shit.
MCW's Blast from the Fast, of course, coming to you live from Miami, Florida. Up now on YouTube. Check it out. We have not only every title on the line, but a special ring announcer, an appearance by some interesting new figures, and I dare say you might want to check out Vincent Marceau versus Bruno Babo Ledger. Big matches all night, 2 hours long. Check it out on YouTube.
Bruno Babo Ledger. I love that fucking name.
No, Vincent Marceau. That kid is going places. He's good. He's going places.
Hi.
Any Injustice nights coming up?
No, because last night I fucking lost to Trey because he's a bitch.
Trey. Base got Trey. And people, with that being said, hey, people stop fucking stopping the show. We gonna end this shit now.
Hey, wait, hold on.
Look at my phone.
I will literally choke and say, attack the chat.
Yeah, give me a cat. Kill that cat.